I just realized that today marks the 2-year mark. Post-breakup from who I thought was the love of my life. We were together 4 years, bought a home, built a life. Had a very tight-knit group of incredible friends. I loved her very much. And sometimes, when I think of how disastrous our breakup was, I try to reassure myself that there is no possible way. It could have been simple because of the love that was there. We weren't supposed to be together anymore. But we didn't know how not to be. In the midst of it all, she moved on within. The very same week with the girl she had cheated on me with. This person was our friend, someone I had been. Immensely kind too, and always welcome to my home with open arms. She even had the audacity to comfort me upon the initial knowledge of our split. Before I learned she was a major contributor, I had no idea they had been sleeping together. Prior to our breakup, until months later, when a mutual friend let it slip, and I realized everyone had known except me. I was in survival mode, couldn't trust anyone, and felt like I was going crazy. I went through the breakup in waves because it felt like I learned new information constantly. Every turn was an opportunity to get hurt, see them together, or being in that uncomfortable scenario of avoiding everyone completely so as to not put my friends in awkward positions. It was mortifying, left me questioning everything I believed previously to be true, and putting one foot in front of the other was damn near impossible. The worst part is the person I loved most was unrecognizable to me. She was cold and unfeeling, callous with my emotions, and completely detached. I felt as though our relationship had been reduced to the breakup, and it was nearly impossible to separate the fallout from all the good we had built together. Her new girlfriend moved in almost immediately while my things were gathered in boxes in the garage, making her presence and their relationship very boldly known, taking a borderline obsessive stance to mark her territory. I grappled with how to start over and where to find a shred of my self-esteem. The person I dedicated those 5 years to stood by spineless throughout the chaos. Her new girlfriend even hosted a housewarming party for herself, inviting all our friends, while she and my ex decided it was my fault people didn't support their relationship. In order to cope, my ex made me into the monster and told everyone I slandered her name, spreading lies and talking shit, falsely warranting her disguised projection as anger. The truth was I devastated and drowning in my grief. I never had to say anything. Her actions spoke for themselves. I just missed my best friend and felt so sad trying to navigate the world without her. But then one day I looked around and realized I had settled into the after chapter without even noticing. As quickly as I could, I left that city, traveled a bunch and put the pieces of myself back together very slowly. I cried a lot and felt really angry, and even had to deal with healing that anger for the first time, as I realized it was connected to some much deeper parts that had been previously overlooked. I leaned into what made me feel grounded and alive, and rewrote over old memories to reclaim them as mine, to take my power back. I rewrote the narrative that I was replaceable and dealt with the fear facing that came with. I never found the old me like I thought I would, with enough time, but what I got was better than I could have ever imagined. I think I once thought healing would mean I could finally report I'm in the perfect relationship and I never think about her. The truth is, my current relationship is beautiful and still has challenges. We heal old wounds when we finally feel safe in secure attachments. And honestly, I think of her often. In so many ways, we grew up together. I genuinely want only happiness and fulfillment for her. And I am so grateful our paths intertwined in this lifetime. Reading other people's stories about what was going on in their lives and the support from strangers they received helped me immensely when I was going through the worst of it. I hope that anything I shared might be relatable, and maybe even give you a little borrowed faith that you'll get there. If it hurts now, it is okay. It hurts because it mattered.